thank all of the witnesses for an incredible testimony. And I, first of all, want to say that Ms. Presley was perfectly within her right to reclaim her time. That's the way this body works. You have your time. The time belongs to the member, and the member can reclaim their time, and behaved fully within her rights as a member of this committee. I want to compliment her also for her foresight of beginning an investigation with me on mifepristone well over a year and a half ago, trying to remove the restrictions that the FDA had placed on it to have access to it, which resulted in the ability now to mail it into areas of the country. That was extraordinary work, and I want to publicly thank her for this. I just, it's absolutely within the realm of the Oversight Committee to look at the rights of half the population of our country. And this devastating decision is taking away a fundamental right that we felt was settled law with 50 years of precedent, where Supreme Court justices, they testified before the Senate saying they would respect precedent. So this is a shocking, devastating opinion. And I would say that we heard testimony today from many of our panelists of the dire threat to the health of people. I think we heard that they said that abortions are going to occur. The question is, are they going to be legal and safe? Are they going to be illegal and increase the deaths of women? This is literally life and death to many women. We've heard that over and over again. And we all know that. We've had hearings on the high incidence of death for particularly African-American women with the birth of their children, 8 times more likely in my great city of New York than the national average. That's a huge problem. So it is not unusual to look at the health challenges that Americans face. And I would say that most women and like-minded men in this country would be grateful for the testimony, the knowledge, and the experience that they had of listening to our panelists. And I would say that today we heard testimony about the chaos and confusion, very beautifully explained by Ms. Graves, caused by the Supreme Court's extreme decision to eliminate Americans' constitutional right to an abortion. To all of our witnesses who shared their expertise and personal stories of abortion, I want to thank you. And many did not share their stories, but I know their stories, and it's very brave to come forward and tell them. Today's hearing makes clear that the loss of abortion rights is devastating, absolutely devastating for women across the country, for particularly people of color, people with low incomes, and others who already face barriers to their health care. Anyone trying to downplay the damage from the Supreme Court's decision is flat out lying. And here are the facts. We heard them today. Abortion is now illegal in 16 states, with more on the way. More than 33 million women are at risk of losing abortion rights in these states. That's half of the women with that are of reproductive age. Providers are scared to offer essential reproductive health care. We could not even get a provider to come in. They were afraid to come in. They felt they would be hurt in some way if they publicly talked about their work. And this is in America. And people are being denied care for miscarriages and other emergencies because of these extreme state laws. When you have many miscarriages, as we heard today, are very health-threatening. And sometimes you can't reach your doctor. Sometimes you can't even get in the hospital. And it's going to cause the death of more women in this country. And Republicans are not done. They're simply not done with taking away our rights. Next, they want to pass a national abortion ban. Major leaders of the party have said that. Just ask the Republican members of this committee who are co-sponsoring a bill to make performing an abortion a crime punishable by 5 years in federal prison. I asked at the beginning of this hearing if this is the America we want to live in. We heard today a resounding no. The vast majority of Americans support abortion rights and want to make their own decisions about their own bodies. This is why Democrats are fighting to protect abortion rights. We feel we are fighting for democracy itself. If you can't make decisions about your own body, and including your reproductive health, it's not a democracy. It's not a free society. Here in the House, we're taking up legislation to enshrine abortion rights in federal law, and I urge the Senate to act as well. President Biden has also taken decisive action. He issued an executive order to protect reproductive care, including access to medication abortion, and to protect the privacy and security of patients and providers. The administration is also acting to ensure access to contraception. And I have introduced a bill with many members of this committee that would prevent pharmacies from refusing to dispense contraception based on their personal beliefs. As we have heard today, the fight for reproductive rights is also taking place in cities and states all over our country, and I am proud to stand with my Democratic colleagues in that fight. And I'm especially proud that this committee has led the way in expanding access to medication, abortion, and contraception. This is a fight we will never, ever, ever give up. Before I close, I want to enter into the record letters, statements from NARAL, Pro-Choice America, Physicians for Reproductive Health, the American Academy of Family Physicians, and Professor Carrie Baker of Smith College regarding the urgent need to protect abortion access. I would like to just say in closing, I want to thank all of our panelists for their remarks. I apologize that we had a 5-minute time limit. Many of you had much more you wanted to say. You can put that into the official record. And I want to commend my colleagues, all of them, for participating in this very, very important conversation. With that and without objection, all members will have 5 legislative days within which to submit extraneous materials and to submit additional written questions for the witnesses to the chair, which will be forwarded to the witnesses for their response. I ask our witnesses to please respond as promptly as you are able. This hearing is adjourned.